You can use this process on any grill, not necessarily just the Lodge Sportsman's Grill. Once again, this is a very simplistic recipe. We're talking salt, pepper, garlic, and rosemary. With the addition of butter into the vacuum sealed packaging for the sous vide, that's about it. We're also doing this was about a 12-hour dry brine in the fridge. Kosher salt spread around the outside intensifies the beefy flavor. The salt seeps a little bit into the meat. For this video, I'll go a little bit into what sous vide is, and it's actually a French-based cooking. I believe sous vide means underwater. And here you can see we've made a vacuum sealed bag. We throw our dry brined piece of steak in with garlic, butter, and just a little bit of rosemary. Careful with it, because during this cook you can get some really overpowering flavors. You definitely want to make certain you have solid, good, sturdy bags as well as a piece of equipment that does it. You don't want that leaking into your cooking liquid in the sous vide. It smells terrible and it'll ruin the meat. We'll set that temperature around 112 or 113, and we'll let that sit in there for 3 or 4 hours. I'm not a real big fan of the people some people do this for 7 days. At this temperature set and time, the meat doesn't get too mushy. You've got to love my cooler with the cutout. We've hit that 3 or 4 hour time mark, and it's time to go ahead out and get the grill going, get the coals heated up, get the grill cleaned up, and start that cooking. I chose to use lump charcoal in this process. I want the extra heat that comes with the lump charcoal. It's not a very fast cook, so with lump it burns a little bit faster but a lot hotter. Look at the size of the lumps you get out of this B&B charcoal. It's logs, not lumps. We'll make a pile, and we've got a neat starting process here for you. Hang on just a second and we'll explain it.
This is going to be an interesting piece of grill equipment that I just got for my birthday. I've used this a couple of times. It's an interesting way to start where you don't have to have that lighter fluid flavor in your coals. You don't have to have the chimney. You don't have to have the side burner. This is just an easy way to get the coals started. And especially with lump charcoal, sometimes that's not as easy to get started.
Some of you may be using those old school ring red hot poker method. I can tell you that's nowhere near as fun as this.
So that was pretty cool how it gets started. It takes 2 or 3 minutes, but there's no lighter fluid flavor left in that charcoal.
And as long as we're showing off gear and equipment that you can purchase through the Amazon links in the description, check this guy out too. It's always kind of a pain in the wazoo to get in between the grates on a heavy grill set like this. Well, with this tool, it slides right in between the grates just perfectly in order to clear out that heavy and baked on gunk. Really aids in getting the equipment clean. I had to do a little modification, a little bit of grinding on one of the teeth to get it to fit right, but here you can see the difference. On the left is the before. You can't even read the fact that it says Lodge. I am one of those people that kind of believes a good grill looks heavily used, but sometimes it kind of gets in the way of the cook and you don't want that burnt flavor in it, so handy tool to have. So that steak's been in the sous vide underwater for about 3 or 4 hours, so it's ready to come out. Have you ever seen a more hopeful set of eyes wishing I'd drop something? All right, y'all, don't judge yet. It looks a lot better when it comes off the grill.
So this may not look too appetizing at this point, but essentially these steaks are cooked and done now. All we're going to be doing is putting that sear on the outside. We've given them a little bit of time to cool because we don't want these to cook very much more. They're just a few degrees under medium rare, which is where we want the temperature. I'll go ahead and put a temperature scale in so that you can go ahead and get a gauge of where or when you want to do it about 5 or 6 degrees before you achieve the temperature of doneness that you want. Achieve that in the sous vide. When you come out to the grill to put that final sear on, you won't overcook the center of that steak.
It's always good to know what your grill temperature surface actually is. If you look at this chart, it tells you if you're holding your hand 6 inches above that grill surface and count when you start to feel the pain, that tells you about what the temperature is. So for this cook, you want your hand to start to feel pain around 2 to 3 seconds because you do want a very hot surface. And just a little bit ago, you heard me counting. That's another count that you want to do while cooking these steaks. You only want to do about 30 seconds before you do a 90-degree rotation to get the good grill marks. Then flip it over after doing 2 sets of 30 seconds. So you're only talking 2 minutes of additional cooking on this because in reality, the interior is already cooked to the temperature that you want it to be. I stressed earlier about how quick the temperature and the cook and how important all of that is. In one of these steaks, I got caught up in doing the filming and I did overcook it for what my family likes. You want to hit that temperature just perfect, otherwise you end up missing the mark. Doneness is personal preference, but this is the one that I missed the mark on. There's parts of it that are still pretty good, but taste phenomenal, texture's great, but still kind of missed the mark on it.
Good boy.
Finley approved too.
So YouTube says that this video is perfect for your viewing habits. This is my latest upload, and over here is a playlist you might just enjoy. I hope you liked it. If you did, please click like, subscribe, share, and come on back for more.